So finally we bring ourselves to the acoustic guitar, and honestly, when we have a full band, drums, bass, electric guitar, keyboards, a whole bunch of vocalists, the acoustic guitar ends up really being sort of like an extra texture in our sound, maybe sort of like a shaker. We're not really using it to drive the band forward. Other instruments are doing that. But it is a very handy instrument to use for leading congregational singing. A lot of people are using the acoustic guitar, especially the leaders. And I usually find myself in a role where I am not only leading the congregation to sing these songs of praise to God, songs as an expression of worship, but I'm also leading the band. And my acoustic guitar is like one of the lower priorities. I'm also singing, thinking about words. So I need to make my acoustic guitar playing as simple as I can. In this song, Great Are You, Lord, we're in the key of E. And honestly, like most sort of amateurish acoustic guitarists, I learned to play in G, but E was sort of a key that kind of worried me. You know, it's actually, oh my goodness, I've got to use so many fingers to play these chords when I'm in the key of E. So that's why I'm so pleased to have discovered this cut capo. It only capos 3 of the strings. It capos the second, third and fourth strings. And what I end up with is an E chord that can be played with just 1 finger or 2 fingers. And I need this acoustic guitar playing to be really simple. So this cut capo makes now, from being my least favorite keys to play in, or one of my least favorite keys, to be my favorite key. And it turns out the key of E is a very, very congregational key for a lot of songs. So in this song, Great Are You, Lord, we're playing the 4 chord, the 6 minor, and the 5 over and over again. And I can play all those chords with 2 fingers. And I have this wonderful droning E, B at the top, which gives my acoustic guitar a much richer sound, I think. Just 2 fingers for all those chords, and I'm flattening this first finger here so it actually doesn't let the A string ring. That's the sound from the A string, which is fretted at the 2nd fret by the capo, becomes a B. And all these chords, like this here, that is actually the A chord, but the add 9, it's got a B in it. And this C sharp minor chord, 2 strings, but it's actually got the 7 in it because of that B note. And then that's got a 4 in it as well. And when I play the B major, now that might be beyond some of you, but just hear this. It's a nice, rich sound. And what I was doing in this song that has the same 3 chords for the intro, for the verse, for the chorus, back to the intro, verse, chorus, I wanted to make some variation in my intensity. I want to match the smaller sounding parts of the song and get bigger. So sometimes I was just doing these raked chords very lightly. And then sometimes to get a little bit bigger, I would strum really lightly. And hopefully being able to do that without having to look at my hands, so I can look out at the congregation and connect and focus on other things. When the choruses get bigger, I can start digging into that same thing. My left hand's not changing, I'm just playing a bit harder and a bit fuller and more strings with my right hand. So a bigger chorus might be... but never hitting the guitar too hard and choking it up. We still want it to have that sort of underplayed richness to its sound. And when we get to the bridge of this song, we finally hear what we call the 1 chord, or this is the key our song is in. We're in E. We haven't hit an E chord until the bridge. And I wanted to play this 1 finger version of the E chord so I don't actually have a third. It's just 3 Bs and 3 Es in that chord there, and it just leaves plenty of space. And then I can play the sus4. And I like adding that little slide. So the bridge. Hammer on there helps. And then as the band gets bigger and bigger and bigger through those bridges, just really listening to the drums and listening to other instruments and building accordingly. So that's kind of my approach to the acoustic guitar. Hope you get something out of that.